Welcome to Jams.
I'm Jabria.
And I'm Spring.
And we are Two Short Girls with Tall Girl Energy.
TSG, TGE, coming to the jams with PSG.
What's up, Jammers? We are back with another
Video!
Yes, sir.
And before we get started, we're going to do Random 3 with TSG. And that's where we answer 3 random questions.
I don't even remember who did what last time. You picked 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so our first question is going to be, if you found $2,000 on the ground, what would you do? Immediately putting it in my pocket.
Keep it.
Right.
Pocket it.
Pocket it. 2,000.
Put it in my bank slowly.
That's true. That's true.
Deposit $10 a day.
That's true.
I feel like it's the Lord blessing me, you know? Unless they say on the news that, you know, somebody robbed a bank and they dropped $2,000. My bank ain't gonna know. Depositing $10 a day.
I didn't rob it. No money.
I was just an innocent bystander.
Right. I think it depends on where I'm at too, but for the most part, I probably pick, do the foot stump, you slide. And then
you're right though.
It just depends on where I'm at, and then like I'll hold on to it for just a little bit until just in case word get out or something, But after about a week, it's mine.
Oh me,
It's
maybe
mine.
about a good. I give it a good month before I start depositing, because if I find that stuff at Oak Cliff, I'm away, baby. I don't need nobody coming after me.
You're right.
Woo! All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it time, but I mean it's mine. Like
It's a blessing.
Yeah, it's
a
mine.
blessing from the Lord. Either way. Okay. What's an automatic turnoff or red flag? Y'all know that that TikTok sound when it's like dating in 2021 and the old dude is like, she's like, oh yeah, so something. He's like, what's color your nipples? Are they brown? Are they pink?
That's what we're talking about.
Like, yeah, that's an automatic, like, excuse me? Like,
yeah.
You about to get blocked. Like, red flag, for real.
Sending any nude, asking for a nude, asking for a picture of me when you have my Instagram, like, all that.
Thank you. Okay, side note, I know this is supposed to be a quick video, but baby, if I have all these pictures on my Instagram, do not message me saying, send me one off of Instagram. Like not from Instagram, because I look busted 95% of the time.
Yeah.
And if I send it to you, you ain't gonna like me.
Right. Because that 2% is what you need to see only.
Period.
So I would say that one, or in even the like if I just met you and we just talking and you be like, hey, can I have no, they'd be like, hey, I need some gas money, like something like that. Like,
oh no.
Nah, you good, fam.
Oh no.
You good. Like once if you ask me and I the Lord be like, go ahead, I'm gonna give it to you. I don't want to date you after that though. But I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I don't like that.
She said, I can't help you no more.
Are you like, what you gonna buy me?
Nothing.
I don't. It's over. It's over. Alright, and the last one is, how many kids do you want?
Woo! I legitimately just posted this on my Instagram. It's like a video of this girl holding her baby, and she's like, when you told your husband you want a football team, and the baby's like yanking at her shirt, like hardcore, like pulling her hair, everything. I said, I don't want that. No. I like even numbers, just in case my kids don't like each other. They can at least pair up with the other one, like so maybe 4, 8. 6. I don't know.
I used to want 6. It's gonna 6 or more, right? Like I want a big family. So I always wanted like just a big family. And now, some days I'm like 1, and then I'm like no, so I want them to have a sibling, so 2. I always feel like once I get an odd number, I'm gonna want another one. So if I have 1, I want 2. If we get 3, I'm like, can we get 4? Just like that person has another person, a pair. So but yeah, I think nieces and nephews, a lot of those. That's what I want. I'm on a lot of those. Alright, and that was Jam 3 with TSG. Make sure you leave your answers in the comment section and talk to us. Alright. This episode is going to be a little different. I want to touch on what day it was. Today is actually November 9th. Okay. We are discussing discipline and consistency. And we're going to take a month to decide what we're going to try to be disciplined on and more consistent in. And then we'll update you all on that journey along the way. And then in December, when you all see this, we'll be able to talk about kind of like how that went for us. And just any advice that we could give you that we've learned during this time. Okay. So, what would you say? Is it easy for you to be disciplined, consistent, or do you feel like that's something harder that?
It's definitely hard. It's hard for me because I get into modes where I just don't want to do it. Like, I don't have the motivation. I don't feel like motivating myself.
Right.
You know, even if other people are motivating me, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, go away.
Yeah. So
she's doing so much better than me. Oh my god.
Baby, let me tell you, those two words, I hate them words, okay? Because it was a struggle. Like, that's to be disciplined and consistent, like, it's like because of your discipline, you're going to be consistent.
Yeah.
So when you don't have discipline or self-control, therefore you can't be consistent. And so I'm always like, oh, I struggle with it. And so, but there are things that we've been really disciplined, consistent about. For example, our YouTube channel. So I've been trying to think, like, what are things that we've been consistent about?
Done.
Yeah. So I've been consistent and disciplined with my sober. Yeah. We've been disciplined and consistent with our YouTube. Be disciplined and consistently go to work.
Yeah.
We finish school. So it's like we have these examples, and I think we forget that
we can actually do it.
Yeah, but like when it comes, like for me, working out, like she said, it's all whoop-de-doo until you don't have no motivation no more. Like once the motivation is gone, it comes down to you. Yeah, but is that discipline and that consistency? Just do it until you get the motivation back to keep doing it. So
fake it till you make it.
At this point, so what I am pledging to be consistent and disciplined in will be my eating and my exercising. I'm going to do exercising more. I think be more consistent in my exercising because the eating right. As long as I cook my own food, I should be fine. It needs to be both. It's going to be both of those things. And I'm going to say it out so y'all know. I work out 5 times a week. It'll be I want to be at 7:30 is my set time. Because when I get off work, I can work out, go to bed. If I do it later in the day, it's excuses. Oh, I woke up late. Oh, well, I did. 7:30, get it done, go to bed. And then what are yours going to be?
Mine is definitely staying organized and just overall cleanliness. Like, I clean people's homes for a living. So even though I'm tired, when I get home, it frustrates me that, like, I don't have the energy or the motivation to make our space. I mean, of course, it's nice, but, like, to make our space look better. Like, I don't feel like decorating. I don't feel like, doing all of the things that I actually like doing. So, staying organized and valuing how pretty our space should be.
Hey, Jammers. So, we are back. It is December 7th. So, it has been a month since we recorded the beginning of this video. And we're just jumping in to pretty much just kind of tell you how this month went for us. If did we stay consistent and disciplined or did we not? And if whatever we have planned for next or what we learned to change, anything like that. So, yours was, I know you just watched it, so y'all know, but we're just going to
Mine was like organization, and cleaning.
And then mine was working out every day and eating right. So you want to start?
I can start.
Okay.
Okay. Y'all, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Okay, I tell you what I did. Instead of being disciplined and fighting through the tiredness and the fatigue of work and doing it when I got home, I would tell myself, I'm gonna do it on Friday. Knowing good and well, my Sabbath is supposed to start Friday sundown. So I would, like, as soon as I got home, I would be like cleaning, doing everything I need to do so I can be in the bed. But that's not what I said I was gonna do. So instead of me trying to, negotiate with myself, oh, we're gonna do it this, this day, you're tired, you're this, you're that, I should have just pushed through it, and I didn't.
So you would clean on Fridays?
Yeah.
So would you maintain?
It would be maintained throughout the weekend, and then as soon as the work week came back, it was like the same cycle, and I was like, yo, it bothered me so much that I went to Walmart maybe like a few days ago, or I think it was yesterday, and was like, I need organizers, because in the words of my mom, if you have a place to put it, you'll put it back in that place every single time, and you'll always know where it is. So instead of it being organized chaos, it can just be organized.
All right. That makes sense. So on the other side of that, I was like, yes and no for me. So for food wise, I was not consistent in like eating healthy at all. I think it was like 1 week I meal prepped, I did really well. The next week I didn't want to cook at all, so like I ordered out. The next week I went home, so I like celebrated. So like it's been off and on. So like maybe 1 or 2 days I'll eat good. Even if I order out, I'll like order a salad, and then the next day I might be like, I had fried chicken. You know what I mean? So as far as like eating goes, I definitely did not eat well. I was cautious sometimes, like what I ordered, but no, I can't count that.
She did really good with her exercise.
Now exercising, y'all, because I'm gonna celebrate that, because this is hard. And like I want to say the last 2 weeks. So I started the week prior to us saying we're gonna start this. So I started November 1st with being consistent and doing it like for 5 days a week, at least 30 minutes or more. So then like certain weeks I would do more time, but I would say the last 2 weeks I went down to 4 times a week, because my off days would be like on the weekday, and I would just be tired, and I'd be like, I'm gonna do it on Saturday, but I gotta be consistent in having my rest days. You know what I mean? Saturday, Sundays, my off days. You gotta be consistent. You know what I mean? You can't change them now. Last week I only worked out 4 out of the 5 days, and I was feeling really low about that. But again, grace, and I'm imperfect, but I literally did 4 out of 5. Like, that's amazing. So this week it is Wednesday. I'm doing well. Now I am having an issue as of like the way that I'm eating has not been the best those 2 weeks, because I did 4 days. But even then, it's like,
you still did it.
That's 4 days out of the 5 days I was supposed to do it. Yeah. And then I changed my time. So I remember saying I was going to do it at 7:30 every day, but I couldn't sleep. I had too much energy. So I flipped it to when I woke up from my sleep at 4 o'clock, 4 or 5, just get it out the way. So I did have to like change my schedule up from when we said we were going to do, just because it cut into my work and like I just couldn't sleep. So I had to change up. But was it hard? Yes. There were days where I was like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, you're not seeing any changes, not seeing any differences. It's hard. It hurts. I'm breathing heavy. I don't want to do this. And those were, we talked about that, those are the days where it's like discipline, because the discipline,
like you gotta push through.
That's where discipline kicks in, is the days where you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I would say the next day after we said we're gonna do it, I had no motivation. The very next day.
Look, let me tell y'all how Satan works.
Hey y'all, so I can't breathe. I just finished my warm up, so I'm about to jump straight into my workout. But I said, let me record today because literally yesterday, today's the 10th. Yesterday, we literally talked about consistency and discipline and being able to do it with lack of motivation. I literally have no motivation. Like, now that I just did my warm-up, I feel ready.
What's up, y'all? I'm in the kitchen. I did not really feel like being in the kitchen, but I'm in there anyway, cooking, and I will clean tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow. I had the hardest week I've ever had at this job during the time when I said I was going to be consistent. I would come home and just like completely just head that way and go to my room and close the door and lay down and go to sleep, like, instead of doing what I need to do. Now, some days I was disciplined and would like wash dishes, but she knows them other days, them dishes were in there for like 3 days because I was like, I just cannot. But the truth was I could, I just didn't want to.
Just tired.
Just beat.
So going forward, what do you think? Is there something else that you are you gonna keep trying this? Or is there something else you want to try?
I am. I want to be diligent. I want to be diligent, and actually, if my body, basically, I don't want to push my body too hard.
Right.
So if my body says, because for some reason on Fridays, I should be exhausted by Friday. But for some reason on Fridays, I'm like, I'm home. I don't have anything else to do. Tomorrow's my Sabbath. I'm going to go and clean, and because it just feels better to do it on that day. So what I'll do, which is what I was doing before, and I was like, well, it's not working, but I think I was on to something. So I'm gonna keep buying certain things to keep certain sections organized as I see the issues come up. So like, if I literally just did it, y'all, like, I was like, oh, okay, well, instead of, like, folding up everything after laundry or leaving the pile and then, like, using that pile during the work week, get you a cute, like, basket. So it's not, unsightly. And then, because when things are unsightly, your mental state is unsightly. And so I don't want that. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll keep it strictly Fridays, rest Saturdays, or do whatever I have to do on Saturdays. But
because I think, honestly, I feel like cleaning up every day is like, do y'all be doing that? Like, I know, like, I make my bed, I fix my cover in my bed the right way, but that's only because I feel like I sleep better if my like bed is made. But as far as like I'll just kind of straighten. Like, I feel like some people might actually like literally legit clean every day. But, like, our house isn't dirty every day. Yeah, no. So, it's like, you're not clean every day. Or you might mess up a dish, throw in a dishwasher. Like, you know what I mean? So, I guess it just depends on, some days you do more than other days. Yeah. So, it kind of, like, it was a realistic goal. But I felt like we might have just kind of tweak it based on what works.
What we know.
Yeah. So, like, for you, it might just be, you know what, I'm just making sure my bed is made every day. And then make sure my clothes go into
this
a dirty clothes hamper versus
being everywhere.
Yeah, like, that's my thing. Like, I've been trying to make sure my clothes go into the hamper, not on. Like, I put it on the floor the other day, and I was like, no, put you in the hamper. And I have two. I have one for the closet, so if I'm like changing there, and I have one for my bathroom. But the hamper for my bathroom has like clean clothes that needs to be folded and put away. But that wasn't my goal. So. But I've been doing good too. I've been trying to I was like, dang, that's a good thing she had going on. So I've been trying to do that too. But
and if you buy things that look cute in your room, you're more likely to I'm gonna put this in here,
right?
Because it looks cute, So, but I don't know. I bought a gold basket, y'all. It's got stuff still in it, but
I want a pink one for like your makeup and stuff.
Oh, I bought a wicker basket.
Oh, yeah, it's really cute. I just saw it. It's really cute.
Yeah, to put on my counter.
So hopefully that works. For me, because mine isn't like, oh, I did it for a month, now I can stop now. It's like,
no,
I got to keep doing it. So I think going forward, I've learned like when I don't feel like working out, the best thing is to find something I enjoy. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's been, okay, I don't want to work out, but I like to dance. So let me like do a dance. And like learning choreography has been so fun. So let me do a dance, let me record myself dancing. And so like I'm still sweating. I probably sweat the most dancing. But it doesn't feel like I'm working out. Mm-hmm. As well as I love weights, and I didn't do weights none last month. Mm-hmm. So this month is like, let me try to incorporate weights every day somehow. Let me stretch more. I think I did yoga. I'm doing yoga, but it's like it's different. Mm-hmm. So I still want to stick to like my 5 times a week, but at the same time I want to do a little
like switch it up.
But also like I was also like, okay, if I do 30 minutes, if that's all I can give, that's all I can give. But now I'm like, after 30, I still be feeling like I can give a little more.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm going to give a little more. So today, when we finished, I was like, oh my goodness. But it was like a little bit more. I was like, I can give a little more. So once I did the weights, mm-hmm. I almost threw it. Like once I did the weights, I went and shut my door. Uh-huh. I was like passed out on the floor, like,
oh no,
not passed out, but like, yeah. I could not. I was like, I'm going to throw up. If the heat touch my body, if I smell this chicken anymore,
oh no,
I'm not going to be able to handle it. So, but I feel good because I pushed it just a little bit.
I was actually lifting.
That hurts so freaking much. But I'm just, so this whole month is just about kind of pushing past that mental barrier of, dang, this is as much as I can give. It's like, okay, well, can you give me one more? Can you give me one more? So that's my goal until
it's a lifestyle.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. It was started as like a challenge.
Yeah.
To now it's kind of like
it's the norm.
It has to be the norm for me. Like there's no.
You've worked it into your schedule so much so that you worked your workout around your sleep schedule. So now everything kind of just like correlates, and if you don't do it,
I'll be perfectly fine if I don't do it. Oh. It has not become a habit yet. It's still a mental struggle. Because it's like, I still hate it so much. Oh. But I've grown to, I can enjoy it a little more. Mm-hmm. I can enjoy it. And she started working out with me more, so like, it's more fun now. So it's almost like a new burst of energy because you're joining me. Mm-hmm. So I think that kind of helps.
Back to the good old days.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, now spring's with me, so now let's really like, let's try some things. Let's do some things. And then all the different like classes that I want to take.
Yeah,
so
I legitimately just joined her like yesterday. Like.
Yeah, so I'm like excited. I'm like, okay, we got 3 more days of this, and we get to rest. And it doesn't have whatever. So whatever. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. That's all I want to say, that we failed and we succeeded
in certain areas. That's
right.
Life, you know.
That's what it was. This month I will focus on my food a lot more this month, because I did feel discouraged because I didn't like that scale ain't been changing, but I've been able to close my pants or whatever. Mm-hmm. But had I been eating right, it's kind of like you working out all this hard and you're feeding your body trash.
Right.
So it's like, what was your purpose?
It's like you're balancing the scales instead of tipping it.
Yeah. So, this month it would be like, okay, let me focus on actually eating right and just being mindful of what I eat. Because I don't want to say food is bad, because the whole. Any advice? What we got? What advice you got for people?
Advice.
Because you can learn from my failures, guys.
Yeah, it's, in all honesty, everything you'll ever do in your life is mind over matter. You could be your own worst enemy in any situation, and no matter how much pushback you get from other people, you can always brush that off. But when the pushback is coming from yourself, you can't escape yourself. You see yourself every day. You wake up with yourself, and the inner voice what have you, whatever you want to call it, I be calling it Satan, because I'm like, what you not finna do is come up in here and tell me what I can't do.
Right.
Because I'm finna do it. Now, granted, he be winning sometimes, you know, as y'all saw. As y'all saw, he be winning sometimes. But, like, I just want to let everybody know that, like, the Lord created Satan, so... Period. What else you finna do? What else you finna do? You know, like, except for not listening to the voice. That's it. You know, that's all I got.
Hey. Any advice? I would say, because I feel like they're just in general. I'm really speaking more from like working out. But if you want to be consistent or disciplined in whatever, I would say get you a support group. I do better when it's just a few people. Like when I first started, my mom was like, "Well, don't tell everybody." I was like, "You're right." Get you like 1 or 2 people, but also just make sure you're like, don't rely on them to support you. You know what I mean? Because they're again, people living their own life, and sometimes they drop the ball, and you can't say, "Oh, because they didn't remind me," or "Oh, because they didn't support me, I didn't do it," or "I wasn't disciplined because they failed." You know what I mean? So, my advice would be like the days that you switch it up, whatever you got going on, whatever you're trying to be disciplined or consistent in. Watch your triggers. So if you know that something triggers you, or if you know, like, for example, I had to go out of town, so I knew by me going out of town, it would slip my schedule off. And like literally for 3 days, I would be done with my workout at 11:59 p.m. Like I would barely make it before the clock switched because of the timing. But I was just like, I'm getting this in regardless. So like she said, it's kind of mind over matter. Right. So like you're just gonna have to be, it's gonna have to come to where it's like, I want to do this regardless of what my body wants, regardless of what like that inner thing is telling me. It's like, you don't want to do this, you can just do this. Or like you're like trying not to drink, it'll be like, but you're okay, you don't have to work out, you can drink the alcohol, you can watch that video, you can and it's like, I know what I can do, but I don't want to. So so just support system, be your biggest support system. Give yourself a why, like what's the reason, and when it gets really hard, just kind of go back to that reason, go back to that why, because you forget when you don't want to do something, you forget why you even started. It's like, what's the point of this? Like, this is so stupid. And then you can be like, oh yeah, that's why I did this. All right, like it just kind of, you like forget this, but at least you know the why. That's good. So that's good. That's all I got for you. Good luck. Let us know what you're trying to be consistent and disciplined in, and we will definitely be great support. If it's working out, definitely hit it. I love it now that I have been more consistent in it. It's easier to do it with a stranger, because when my support was like people closest to me, it's easy for me to tell them no, or for me to be like, but when it was like a stranger who was like, we're gonna work out together, I felt like I didn't want to let the stranger down. Like they're a stranger, but I don't know. Like I don't know. I feel like I couldn't say no. So
pressure was on.
Like, it's like, okay, I gotta do this. Like I ain't got to prove nothing to them, but it just felt different with a stranger than it is with someone closest to you. So I'm here. If you're working on quitting drinking, I'm here. If you're working on quitting a couple things, you know what I mean?
She's here.
I'm here.
I'm working on it.
I've done it, so I was like, I'm here. Anything else, we're both here.
Yeah.
But it's like specifically working out or drinking, I got you. I got you.
I'm working on the working out part, The drinking.
Yeah, we got you on the working out.
We'll see.
The drinking out, I got you. I got some tips and tricks, so let me know. Bye, jammers.
TSG, TGE, you were watching two best friends on the TV. TSG.